Hi everyone! Okay, so today we'll repair this Atari 520 ST. The problem we're having is it simply won't boot. So we have the power light but nothing on the screen at all. It is a successful fix, and I realized this is an early revision of the TOS, that's the Atari operating system, and you need to load the system and gem, this is the desktop environment, from a floppy. I hope you will enjoy the troubleshooting and repair, so let's get started. Okay, first let's take it apart. We'll remove the few screws on the back to remove the cover. Let's gently unplug the keyboard and remove the shield. Okay, now it's also a good idea to have some service manual and schematic on hand. I'm usually starting by checking the power supply rail voltage and stability. An oscilloscope is helpful, but a regular voltmeter will work. I'm using a known working power supply. Nothing wrong here, so let's dive deeper. I will now check all chips for proper insertion. It's not unusual to have crusty contacts on those older Ataris. Still nothing, so now I'll check for unusual temperatures. When touching the chips, I noticed some RAM chips were getting burning hot. Let's use the infrared thermometer to check. Yep, probably an issue here. We can confirm those RAM chips are not behaving as intended on the scope. Some data lines are strongly attenuated, and chips are probably damaged. I'll remove them and install sockets. They're cheap, and it's always a good idea for future maintenance. To confirm their status, I am putting them on this breadboard and checking their power consumption. Yep, over 170 milliamps per chip. Way too much. Something must be shorted inside. I will replace all the bad ones. Okay, so now we're having a white screen. Not there yet, but it's a good start. Now the machine will eventually boot if powered long enough, but we're left with two issues. Why does it take so long to initialize, and why do we have garbage on the screen? For the garbage on the screen, eventually I found out that one of my replacement RAM chip was not fully working. After the recent scandal about fake rebranded chips, I checked, and yes, mine also seemed to be rebranded ones. While the original ones are just dirty, the replacement ones I got from Germany have that black gunk and looked grinded down. Even the bottom side of those matching chips are not matching. Anyways, after swapping chips around, I finally found a set of RAM that worked. Now for the long boot time, I suspected the reset circuit. Let's focus on this part. In Ataris, we have a reset timer, handled by a classic dual 555 timer, in our case, a 556. We can find an explanation of its purpose in this document. In a nutshell, it is sending a short reset pulse to the processor and all the chips after power-up, to synchronize everyone and avoid interferences. In my case, the reset signal was stuck and didn't send any pulse to the inverter for way too long. So I came to the conclusion that it could be caused by a faulty 556 timer or a capacitor in the timer circuit. I replaced them all, and here we go. Now the Atari is finally booting properly. Time to check the system. I am using an Atari Test Kit, a very helpful device that plugs on the cartridge port and allows to check most vital parts of the system. All RAMs checked OK. CPU, timers, and other tests also passed. Last thing to fix was the keyboard. One of the keys was stuck. This only took a quick keyboard disassembly and cleaning of the contacts. There we go, everything is hunky-dory. We are welcome to the system with this beautiful screen inviting us to insert the system floppy disk. That's it for today. I hope you learned something, and as usual, thanks for watching.